right now we are approaching the site where I believe that Beowulf may have been buried. After extensively studying the literature, I believe that he was buried somewhere in this area of Sweden. And so we're going to try to find him today. And hopefully his body has become closer to the surface because of erosion over all these years, thousands of years. Whoa, look, what's that? I really hope this is it. I mean, I'm really excited it could be it. I've been working my whole life devoting it to finding Beowulf. 37 years actually. I was engaged to be married, but my love for Beowulf tore us apart. I really hope this is it. A box here seems to be carved. I'm a little afraid to open it. I hope it's there. It's treasure. It might be from Beowulf. It might not be, but I mean, we'll have to authenticate it. I think there's a really, really good chance that this is from Beowulf's time. We'll just have to hope and authenticate it. We'll have to find out. I just hope it's it. Once we had discovered Beowulf's treasure, we decided that it would be a very good idea to try to scour the area for any more artifacts that may remain. And we came across something very interesting. What we found were 2 entries from Beowulf's private journal. And this is very interesting because, well, we believed that that's what it was, and we had to take certain steps to try to authenticate it, but we really do believe that this was probably Beowulf's journal. Finding the journals of Beowulf and the treasure led us to think that we need to broaden our search for more evidence from Beowulf. So we moved our search from Sweden, where we initially found them, because that's where Beowulf had lived. Then it was called Geatland, but now it's Sweden. And we went over to Denmark. And in Denmark, we discovered something incredible, like once in a lifetime. You would never think we could find this, but we discovered journals of both Grendel and Grendel's mom. Grendel was Beowulf's adversary in the poem, and as was his mother after Beowulf's slave Grendel. So this was very interesting to see the perspective of Beowulf and then the perspective of his adversaries. It was an incredible, remarkable find, and we are still in the process of authenticating both of these journals, but we really do believe that they were those of Grendel and Grendel's mother. It's a very important find for literature.
This is Mrs. Hildenbrand, an archaeologist and an expert on Anglo-Saxon literature.
The time period most commonly believed to be that for Beowulf is what we call the Anglo-Saxon period, and the Hall of Hart was really located in Denmark, but Beowulf sailed from Geatland, which was now present-day Sweden, when he went to fight with Grendel. When you look at this particular piece of literature, you'll notice that there are a lot of literary devices. Probably the most common 3 are the kennings, the caesura, which is the pause in the middle of the line, and alliteration, which is the repetition of the initial sound. The mead hall was very, very important in Anglo-Saxon life. This is where those who owed allegiance to a leader or a king would meet. They feast, they celebrate. Beowulf is very, very important in terms of the development of the English language. It's written in what we recognize as Old English, which is a dramatic language. It looks much more German than it does English, but it's the first step as you're working your way through to Middle English, is what you're going to see in the Canterbury Tales. It's beginning to look a little more recognizable till you get to Modern English, and that would begin around the time of Shakespeare.
Prior to Beowulf's arrival in Denmark, Grendel had been terrorizing the Thanes. This is an excerpt from his journal. After this small snack, I decided to return home, but the howls coming from my stomach grew louder and louder with each step. Never have I felt this strong of a desire to feed. I wanted so desperately to take one of my daily trips to the city, but lately I fear that will not be an option anymore. I've been visiting the city too often lately. The people have heard of my ways of attack. I need to mix things up. I need to attack when they least expect it. Yes, that's it. I will come at night and fool those silly sleeping beings. This is a reenactment of Beowulf coming from Sweden to Denmark. This is Beowulf disarming himself so he can fight with his bare hands. This is a passage from Grendel's journal before he died. Suddenly I became aware that the Thanes no longer held me and I began to run. I was in shock. I ran away from the hall as fast as my legs could carry me. Finally I stopped behind a tree far away from the hall to catch my breath. There was this horrible, horrible noise, a dripping sound. I looked down to see where it was coming from and was overwhelmed by the wave of pain and terror. My arm was gone. Where did it go? The blood. There was so much blood. After Beowulf killed Grendel, his mom wanted revenge. This is her plotting revenge. What is one supposed to do when their son is abruptly taken away from them? Yesterday, the evil Dane Beowulf brutally killed my son Grendel. Beowulf had no right to do what he did. Grendel and I rule this land, and he is trying to take it all away from us. This so-called fierce fighters of monsters is no match for me. One day, all will see the power in me, and I will at last rule the Danes.
Oh, Grendel! Don't you die on me, Grendel! You're so... Look at your beautiful blonde, luscious hair flowing in the wind. Oh, what is that?
It's Beowulf, witch.
Ah. 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 What is that?
You know what it is.
Beowulf, ah, fighter of Grendel, ah, champion of the Thanes, ah,
Master of sword fighting and friendship for everyone, Beowulf. Ah, fighter of Grendel's mother. Ah, champion of the Thanes. Ah, master of sword fighting and friendship for everyone, Beowulf. Ah.